Have you ever been hurt by somebody and a well-meaning Christian comes up and says, well, just forgive and forget? Next on the Metal Pulpit. Thanks for joining me for another Metal Pulpit. Beautiful day here. Not as good as last week. I recorded it was 80 degrees, today 50. So that's Wisconsin weather for you. But have you ever been hurt before by somebody, maybe multiple people? Chances are you have been. If you've been around for any amount of time, these things happen. Friends let you down, churches let you down, people let you down. But then there's those ones that just hurt really bad. A relative, close friend, and someone comes along and says, you know what, you just need to forgive and forget. That's what the Bible instructs. And you're like, I just don't know about that. I don't know if that really makes a whole lot of sense. Forgive and forget. Show me where that's in the Bible. Well, fact is, Matthew, Hebrews, 2 John, they all talk about forgiving one another. And what's interesting, though, is that nowhere in Scripture does it say forgive and forget. Now, there's a huge part of this, diving in on the realm of the spiritual spirituality, if you will, is that whenever you get to a place where someone has hurt you, you've let your guard down, you've let somebody in, you've let a group in, you've let friends in, you let a small group Bible study in, and on it goes, and they hurt you, and they hurt you badly, you learn why they hurt you badly. Maybe you're too vulnerable. Maybe you were naive. Maybe you trusted too much. Maybe people are just mean. Maybe Christians are just mean, as Pastor Bob Beeman's podcast talked about. And so you let your guard down and you get hurt. Well, you can forgive. Okay, that takes time. It took me 7 years to forgive people from my past church for the hurts they put me through. It took me about 5 years at this church that I'm currently at for me to talk to a couple people. But when you forgive, there's something very cool that happens with that. There's a release. They're no longer taking up free rent in your head. They're not. It's not an issue anymore. And what even is more interesting, though, is that do I need to hang out with them still? Do I need to go make buddy-buddy with them and go back to the way it was back 5 years ago, 6 years ago? No, you don't. In some cases, yes, absolutely. You will rekindle relationships. You will find that spark again and carry on. But there are times where, quite honestly, I've forgiven, but I don't forget. And there's nothing wrong with that, because to forget would be naive and put you back in those places again. Okay? You need to be wise and say, okay, I forgive you. All right, I forgive you, but I'm not putting myself back in that place again. You will not take control of that situation again. When I moved up here into Wapaka, looking on my own scenario, probably about 5 years later, people were asking me to come back to the church, to reapply, to apply as the pastor, and because the pastor that was after that one left, and now they're again, and my response to them was simply, you wouldn't want me back. Number one, I would do a lot of house cleaning, but number two, I will not put myself in that situation again. I will not put myself in that scenario again in order to get hurt. There's forgiveness. And there's actually genuine love for some of those people. But I will not put myself back in that situation only to relapse again and again and again, because things go in cycles. So, forgive and forget. That's right up there with that verse found in 3 Corinthians about cleanliness is next to godliness. It's just a catchy phrase, a cute bumper sticker, a Christian t-shirt that has no biblical foundation. Forgive, but don't forget. Shoot me your questions here, PastorBobAdams@gmail.com. Would love to hear from you. Have a great day.